Hey, we're back with Rideout MMA, and today we're going to be going over some simple shadow box warm-up drills that we're going to be doing with our partners here. So this is what I like to call the centerline drill. We're going to be working with a partner here, and what they're going to be doing is just holding their lead hand straight out for the entire time. And what that lead hand is representing is the center line of our opponents. So with Yazzie here, she just holds her lead hand out, and more or less I'm going to be working my shadow boxing around this as if she's like my shadow box dummy per se. So when we're doing this drill, you just don't want to be bumping your head into it, but more or less you can do any of the techniques that you're always working on just with this hand in the way. Right, so you got to work your head movement around it. You can work your counters. And obviously we're not hitting our opponents to the face, but it's okay to do little touches to the body and to the legs just to kind of get a little bit of rhythm and practice through those techniques. So when we're doing this drill, you don't want to be kind of like jamming it into your partner's face the entire time. And wherever she would move her head, just go like this and sort of stick it in her face. Right? It doesn't really make it a fun or really that engaging or a drill that makes sense in any way, shape, or form. So instead, it's a soft follow. So wherever they move, you kind of drift along with them. You use a little bit of footwork, follow them along, move backwards, right? Circle with them, but force them to kind of move around with your body while they practice through their techniques. A simple example again, right? Yazzie holds her lead hand out here. I can work my slip counters, right? I can slip and hit my hooks to the body, practicing through those. Right? I can practice working through my kicks, right, while not being right here. Because whenever we're right in front of the person while throwing basically any strike, we're in perfect position to get countered. But if we're moving off of that center line when we throw these attacks, at least we're not in the best place for them to hit us. We can still get hit, but it's a little bit better than where we were before. So that's, again, what that hand is going to be representing the entire time. Just to start, right, you can work with just head movement and sort of defensive movements. So Yazzie follows me around with that lead hand, and I'm just going to work some slipping. Again, she kind of softly follows me the entire time. I can work my footwork, right, some pivots and frames. Wherever she goes, right, I'm working my footwork and head movement the entire time. Just that easy. I work my frames. And then what she can do, she can switch her hand, but without switching her stance. So as if she's just throwing her cross now. Same idea. And she walks around like this. Going to be a little bit more awkward, but same idea. All right, she holds that hand out the entire time. I work my head movement around it. All right, just starting with defensive movements. All right, she can follow me a little bit. All right, I slip and pivot off, use a frame. Boom, working back over here. All right, but the entire time, close a little bit of distance. All right, clinch up. All right, but I'm working around that hand. All right, and then she switches back again. And again, still just working my head movement. All right, a little bit of footwork here and there. Again, right, working the frames, clinching up if you're doing MMA. All right, again, wait for the mic squish. All right. All right, figure out how to get into all of my entries off of that. And then you start adding in a little bit more striking too. So again, she's holding that lead hand already. Right, I'm getting my heart rate up. So she's holding her lead hand out, right? And I start working my counters, right? And it's more just shadowing the counters. I work my slip over hands, attacking the body, rolling out. I can work my teeps to the body, right? Teeps to the legs, low kicks. Right? And just remembering what that hand is supposed to be representing the entire time, right? Something to kind of keep us moving, right? She follows me, I close the distance, and I'm framing, right? And I'm doing this with very little contact, right? Just practicing through my techniques here, right? And again, she switches her hands, same idea, right? All right, my check uppercuts, all right, low kicks again, all right, she chases me a little bit. All right, high kicks. And again, it's all touches. All right, because we're just warming ourselves up with these movements. But it's a really, really fun way to kind of get your warm-up started, using your partners as a little bit of a dummy like this. Slip, countering with the hooks to the body. Boom. But the entire time just staying really, really busy with that. So something to kind of remember with doing all this sort of stuff is you want economy of motion. So everything should be flowing together as seamlessly as you can possibly make it. You don't want it to make it feel sort of awkward and choppy and not really flowing that nice together. Every movement should sort of move into the next before you disengage, right? Once you disengage, you can kind of reset and start a new pattern and get a little bit of new rhythm going. But I'm rolling underneath as I hit a hook. I come up, I flow into my kicks, I disengage, I slip, uppercut, hook, roll out, right? Jab, jab, and just trying to keep a really nice rhythm going the entire time. Right, you can structure this any way you want. Usually I just do like a minute and a half of one person going, a minute and a half of the other person going, and it's really as hard as you want to make it. So stay super busy the entire time, and you should really warm yourself up. It's just a little bit more engaging than our usual shadow box. So if you guys want to give that a try, that'd be really cool. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you want to learn or hear about. Like and subscribe to the video if you learned something today. And if any of you guys give this a try, make sure you remix the video and let me know about it. I really want to see it. Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks for watching Rideout MMA. Subscribe.